Today I'm going to show you how to make the digital multi-view that you'll need in your final submittal slides for your PLTW project. So I'm in 123D Design, and this is the toy that I have created. And now I need to make that multi-view in the digital way. If we had the premium version, 123D would do some drawing files for you. But since we aren't using that version, we're going to kind of put together our own way of making these final drawing files. So in a multi-view, the first thing you're going to see is that orthographic view of it, where it looks three-dimensional. And so I pull that up on my screen. You can see it here. If you want to rotate it at all so you're looking at it a little bit differently, you can do that. And then you're going to use the print screen button on the keyboard. So if you look across the very top row, just to the right of F12 is one that says print screen, or print SCRN. So I'm going to click that. It's not going to look like anything happened, so it doesn't really show you that it did anything. But now when I go over to my Google Drawing, so I open up a Google Drawing here, and I right click and click paste, you can see that it kind of copied that image that was on the screen. I can then use my cropping tool to crop it down because I don't really need all those borders on there. I just want to be showing the isometric view of my project. So I put that in the upper right hand corner of this Google Drawing called Multi-View Drawing. And now I need to go get those other sketches, or those other views of my thing. So remember, I need a top view, a front view, and a side view. So I'm going to go back to 123D. I'm going to use my navigation over here to click on the front view. Now remember, the front view is the one that should have kind of the most detail. In my shape, it's symmetrical all the way around, so it's not really going to matter. But if your shape has more coming off of one side, you should use that side as the front view. So here's my front view. I get it lined up so it looks like I'm looking straight on. I click that print screen button again, just to the right of F12. Over to my Google Drawing I go, and I paste that in there. Now again, I don't need all this stuff on the sides because I really just am using this like a sketch, so I just want to see the view of my shape. So there it is. I can resize it a little bit so it looks right. And there's my front view. Now for the sake of my shape, like I said, it's symmetrical all the way around. So when I do my side view, it's going to look the same. If your shape or your design has differences, your side view might look different than your front view. So I'm going to go look at the side view, print screen, back to my Google Drawing, and I'm going to paste that in there. I'm going to trim it down. And then remember that for a multi-view sketch, we want to try to have everything kind of lined up. So I don't want to leave this one so small over here because it doesn't show, it makes it look like from the side my shape is significantly smaller. So I'm going to resize it, and you can see that some of those lines pop up in the Google Drawing to help you make it the same size. That looks pretty good. And that red line is going to help me make sure that my center is lined up with my center so that my sketches are actually lined up horizontally. One more view to do. I'm going to go look at it from the top. I print screen, back to my Google Drawing, and I paste it in there. Again, I'm trimming it down. And then I want to resize it so that they look about the same, so that we can see that this piece is lining up with this piece, that this cone is lining up with this cone. I can move it up a little bit. See those red lines pop up? Now I know it's centered with the one below it and the one to the side, so everything looks nice and even. And there I have my multi-view sketch. When I want to put that in my slides, I can just do File, Download as a JPEG. It's a picture file. I'm going to save it. And then in my slides, I could just drag and drop that in there, that multi-view sketch. That's all you need to do.